Today I'm going to be covering the 1985 movie Just One of the Guys, as well as wearing this new Yes to Tomatoes Clear Skin for all skin types. It's a detoxifying charcoal peel-off mask. One of the reasons I'm going with this one is because it only takes 8 to 10 minutes. Since I've never done this one before, this should be pretty interesting. Oh. So Just One of the Guys was made in 1985. It had a female director whose name I wrote on a piece of paper thinking that I would be able to read it. It stars a woman who was in a music video, as well as a CSI episode. Doesn't show doing that, but I'm going to do it. And 3 episodes of The Flash. Not that one. That one, yes. Ow. I nicked myself shaving and it hurts. That's going to be super painful to take off. So Just One of the Guys is about a woman who thinks she's getting a rough deal at school because of her sex and is getting passed up on certain opportunities. Kind of sounds like the Amanda Bynes movie that I had previously discussed. I'm pretty sure they're both based off of what Just One of the Guys is, and that's William Shakespeare's Twelfth Night. And in that one, the humor was about a boy actor, male actor, pretending to be a woman, pretending to be a boy, pretending to be a woman. If my English class was correct and I'm remembering that right. So anyways, so the high school girl goes to her journalism class expecting to win this contest for an internship at the local paper. She doesn't get in. She thinks it's because she was a woman. She goes to another school while her parents are conveniently out of town for, I want to say, vacation. So she transfers to the other school and enters the contest there. Unfortunately, the teacher explains that it's well written, but she's lacking passion. It's okay for guys to show passion. She's decided to cross-dress a course. Kind of important. Meant to mention that sooner. Okay. Let's do this. Starting the countdown now. I can't see. Just One of the Guys stars Joyce Heiser, a Jewish woman who has been on CSI in an episode where she played a woman who was posing as a guy. This was supposedly a nod to this. I mentioned she had been in a music video. That was Dan Hartman's I Can Dream About You. This movie was directed by Lisa Gottlieb. Gottlieb. I don't know why I'm still trying to get names right. And it was written by Dennis Feldman and Jeff Franklin. And it was done by Columbia Pictures. Now, the actress in this movie is 28 years old playing an 18-year-old. That's kind of important because the male lead is a little bit older than her. Well, not the male lead. her college boyfriend is a little bit older than her, I believe. I didn't look him up, but he's supposed to be in college. She's supposed to be in high school, which looks, yeah, you can tell. I'll put up there what his age is, but yeah, he looks. It's creepy. Now, the guy who plays Rick Morehouse, the best friend she falls in love with, of course, because it's one of these movies, he is also 28 years old, but he looks a little older, and it kept messing with my mind. He's played by Clayton Roner, and Clayton Roner he has this weird. I was like, is he Billy Bob Thornton? No. Is he this other actor? No. I know this guy, but I looked him up later. I'm like, I have no idea who that was. This movie was made in 1985, so these people were born in like the 50s, so now this is pretty formula for the most part. I do want to say that the woman who plays Tracy, the main actor or the main character, she's very believable. Since it's a woman posing as a man for journalism, I thought it was going to be kind of a feminist story going into it, and it unfortunately kind of abandons that. Once she realizes that no, her story just wasn't that great, she's like, no, I'm going to stay in drag and I'm going to help Rick, my new best friend, find a girl, even though I'm a girl and I'm starting to have weird feelings for him. Yeah. And this is where it lost one of my friends who was watching it with me, because she's like, they kind of undermined the entire premise of the switch, and it's coming off a little sexist, right? My male friend, he thought that the movie was kind of rapey, but I want to remind you, this movie was made in 1985. What were some of the big movies in the 1980s? I don't know. Revenge of the Nerds? That was kind of, So, I definitely get where he's coming from. There's scenes where she's a woman in the men's locker room, and she's taking a gander. She is definitely taking a gander. I do want to point out that the female director, Lisa Gottlieb, she says she was one of the co-writers on this, but because of behind-the-scenes stuff, she wasn't allowed to have her name on it. But I hear that you have to write a certain percentage of the movie to get that credit. And that's probably why Dennis Feldman and Jeff Franklin are on there, but not her. I mentioned that she was on 3 episodes of The Flash, and that it was the 90s Flash, which is kind of cool. I personally think she would have made a great Mantra from Malibu Comics, but in the Ultraverse, but whatever, that didn't happen. Instead, we had Nightman. As far as the supporting cast for just one of the guys, she has a best friend who's a woman. She has a 15-year-old brother. Because this movie was made in the 1980s, it actually has the guy from Karate Kid, not that one, the guy from Karate Kid, playing the high school bully, just like he normally does in these kind of movies, and that's cool. My friend, he said, well, I mean, he's going to be the only big name because people are going to see it for him, I'm like, He's definitely a jerk in this movie. And of course, the girl that's interested in going to the prom with, not Rick, but with Tracy is going to be this girl, right? And that's a problem because this girl, she's an attractive woman. And Tracy, is hiding the fact that she is a woman in drag. Enough said. That's a pretty funny premise. There was something similar in Willy Millie. One of the cool things about watching this movie now in 2021 is you can look back on it and be like, man, the 80s were kind of rapey. And it adds a little bit of value to it that would have been lost back then in the moment. What do I mean by rapey? Well, besides just getting a good look in the locker room, she hangs out with her best friend Rick, and he explains that he's not a virgin. He actually, his mom's best friend, one of them, helped him out with that. And yeah, I don't know if a lot of people realize that, but that's rape. That's when I lost one of my good friends at the movie. He's like, nope, I'm out. So I kind of lost all sense of time. And then I rambled for about 3 minutes after that. So I think I'm going to wait a little bit longer, and then I should be able to peel the mask. Now I'm a little worried because I was supposed to relax during that entire time, and I decided instead to talk. I don't have the mask tool I'm assuming, to peel it off.
Terry's a girl who wanted to be taken seriously.
I am going to be a reporter.
But her body kept getting in the way.
Pretty girl, you could be a model.
Sometimes I just wish I were a guy.
No, you don't. The male body needs sex at all times. It's a living hell.
So to prove to the men in her life she had a mind, Terry decided to try life as a guy.
How do I look?
Dashing.
My zipper's open.
That was the dashing part.
What a fox. Dresses like Elvis Costello. Looks like the Karate Kid. I'm gonna get him.
Today's woman has the freedom to be just as sick and perverted as us guys.
She learned their secrets.
I have surprise jock inspections 3 times a week. A word to the wise.
And dated their women.
Yeah, but I got this one rule. I never go out with girls who say bitching.
Now the question is,
What's going on?
Wait, it gets better.
can a girl tell the boy she loves
Terry's such a stallion. Go on, show me your hairy chest.
she's not the man he thinks she is?
Wait a minute, are those what I think they are?
Yep, it's one of a kind. My bro.
Just one of the guys.
Just confused.
Of course you're confused. You're wearing my underwear.
But yeah, that was certainly that mask. It's like I did something gross with a putty from Power Rangers. I mean, maybe if it was one of the Mutant Rangers. So what did I think of Just One of the Guys? I personally enjoyed the story for what it was. I kind of wish that they would have ended it without hooking up, of course, the female with the male lead. But they showed a little bit of skin in this one, which I was not expecting them to actually show her revealing her breasts. Kind of like Amanda Bynes did in the end of her movie. But this time it was just, when they were at the prom, she's like, bam! The acting's fine. If you can get past the fact it's a little rapey, I definitely recommend this movie. And if I had to rate this one, I'm going to use the Shimaru scale this time, because last time I used the Sao Tome scale. Shimaru scale is a little bit of a modified version of the Sao Tome scale. That one was 1 to 5. This one's only 1 to 4. Oh, I would say this one is 2.5 Futaba Shimarus from Futaba-kun Change. Oh, you don't know what Futaba-kun Change is? Well, let me tell you what that is. So, this is Ranma 1/2. This is Futaba-kun Change. They're both gender change mangas. This one was written by a dude. This one was written by a woman. And this one, I think, is a little bit more realistic than this one. Futaba is, I could describe it to you, but that's not what this video is about. maybe my next video will be about the difference between Rama 1/2 and Topic and Change. That's not the point of this video. Hope you like this video, and I hope you maybe check out Just One of the Guys. The actress in this movie didn't really go on to do anything, neither did the, well, really any of the people in this, which is kind of a shame, because it's entertaining enough. Anyways, what did you think about Just One of the Guys? Is this one of your favorite movies, or is it one of your least favorite movies? What's your favorite 80s movie in general? And, hey, did you know that there's apparently several ways to prevent nicks from shaving to stop bleeding? I didn't until now. And that's how you do that. I hope you thought that this weird rambling video was entertaining, and I will catch you all next time.